Imagine that the CDR I'm holding in my hands is a DVD-R. Now imagine that the DVD-R is an actual DVD. Now imagine that the DVD is Federico Fellini's Variety Lights Criterion Collection Edition. Now imagine I'm talking about it. Actually, you don't have to imagine about it, because I'm talking about it right now. Hi there, Nate Jackson, Criterion Collection Reviewer Guy, and we're back with 81 Variety Lights, Federico Fellini's first directorial debut movie thing. And like, as you can tell, this one I couldn't get the DVD for, so I had to watch it on YouTube with its horrible Italian translate YouTube comment caption thing. It's such a broken, like, a lot of the words are really broken, and I think one of the weirdest things about the translation thing is that a lot of the D's are replaced with F's for some reason. For some reason, it's like words like understand would be understaff, stanf, or unfirstanf, and there's no clear pattern, but it's just randomly happens. Or the word did is fifth, like Dave Chappelle fifth. It's weird. Anyway, but let's talk about the movie. 1950, 97 minutes. It's comedy, dramedy, if you will. It's about a guy, this performer. There's a bunch of performers who go from town to town and perform, like put on, theater shows. And one of them's named Checo, and he's got his wife, Checo, and his wife, Melina, who's played by Giulietta Maceta, who's Fellini's real wife, aka CABIRIA from Knights of Cabiria. And they go from town to town. And one time when they're on this, they're playing in this one town, and there's this woman whose name is Liliana who wants to join their team. And so she corners Checo in when they're on the train. And because she ends up paying for part of their like luggage or cabbage, like their like part of their reservation or something on the train, they let her tag along with the group and become a dancer. And while they're playing in one town, this guy, the theater owner, like sees her and says, you got to put her, bring on more of her. So they realize that they have to let her be the star, and suddenly they become successful. They do repeat performances, and while they after time they all grow to kind of like Scepter as one of the gang. And so one night this really rich like this guy who owns a villa invites them all out to dinner and lets them all stay there. And while they're there, Checo realizes that he's falling for Liliana, and so he ends up leaving Melina for Liliana, and so they go together. And he eventually decides to start his own troupe, and he wants her to be there. However, she's left him. She leaves him for a competitor, and so and he tries to get all his he tries to get Melina back, but she doesn't want to. She just gives him a handout. He tries to get a lot of his other team back, but he's just kind of alone in this. And he eventually does just decide to go back. Oh no, I think he actually does get his team back at the end. But at the same time, Liliana's moved on, and she's become a minor role in this major production of like it's hard to describe like what she like how far she's gonna go, because in her last like big scene she's like almost topless. She's got a lot these like really weird spiral pasties on her nipples, and I don't understand like that's what she wants to do. She wants to show skin, and like it's like she seems kind of embarrassed the first time it happens when her like skirt gets torn off. But of course, everybody gets cheering. I guess she gets comfortable with it. But yeah, in the end, he ends up going back to Melina, even though he ends up flirting with the actress or woman across from her, and he's a scumbag, Checo. And and then there's a hilarious scene with this drop of water and root from the roof, and yeah, that's all I can say about this film. It's good. I think it was probably Fellini's best of the four we've seen so far, of Amarcord, Knights of Cabiria, and The Ship Sails On, and this one, Variety Lights. I think Variety Lights is probably the best, and I think probably because it's a comedy. I think probably because it's lighthearted. It's got the wonderful Giulietta Messina in it, and it's basically it's also got and it hasn't got one of those stupid narrators in it that you know, that just like say hi there, and they look and they say, I will get to that in a little bit, you know, like stupid Amarcord did. So yeah, that's all I got for this one. So basically, it's a good one. It's, what can you say? It's a comedy. It's Fellini's the start of something magical, quote unquote magical, because you know this is probably the best we're gonna see from Fellini. And yeah, so what can you say? I'll give it rating. Give it a B plus. Give it a B plus. Certain aspects of the plot that got me a little lost. I might have given a little more if it hadn't been for the stupid YouTube thing, which honestly I shouldn't have graded. I shouldn't grade it for the YouTube translations. In fact, I may review this again when I get the DVD because I've added it to the wish list. This one was pretty good. You know, I love Messina, and it was really funny at times, and it's a great story, and I'd like to see it again with the actual Criterion translations. So yeah, that's all I got for you. So B plus, good movie. Pretend like this is the DVD. I'm throwing it over my shoulder. All right, so next, number 82, Hamlet, Laurence Olivier. Oh god, it's just as good as Henry V. Oh man. We'll probably get to that one Saturday. Like I said, Saturday, Sunday. Might do it sooner. I'm not sure, depending on what my schedule is. More than likely, it won't happen till Saturday or Sunday, because it's a long freaking movie. You know, just like, you know, it's Shakespeare. What do you expect? And then Harder They Come, hopefully Sunday or Monday, and then Good Morning sometime next week. Pygmalion sometime next week, and then Alexander Nevsky and Ivan the Terrible whenever they happen, and then yeah, and then Sisters, and then Qui-Gon, and so on and so forth. And we keep moving on, and then we'll be into the 90s already. So how about that? Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and we will see you sometime later this week or this weekend for Hamlet. And until then, imagine that I'm showing a bunch of lights, shining a bunch of lights into your face right now. A variety of lights right now. Imagine these are a bunch of lights. And yeah, until then, we'll see you next time for Hamlet. Goodbye.